What's going on, guys? Super Savage 789 here, bringing you guys a video. And today we're doing more Jiraiya for Nagato Early, episode 10. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. The Commando Unit would be flying on Sai's bird with the addition of Haku, Suigetsu and Karin to replace Kankuro, since he'd be at the 4th Division, since he's the Kazekage. As they move, they are all shot down by Kunai and fall to the ground below, ready to fight off the Edo Tensei. As the shinobi look around, they watch as Edo Danzo and Edo Shin, alongside some fodder, step out of the shadows. Seeing his brother being manipulated, as well as the man that forced his brother's death, Sai becomes extremely angry. Danzo blurts out that he thought he taught Sai to suppress his emotions, before getting punched high in the face by Sai, his anger fully unleashed. Sai would begin to demolish Danzo using ink attacks and taijutsu, telling him about how he ruined his life. Danzo would be using Izanagi to dodge and counter. However, Danzo isn't exactly strong, so Sai can just counter him. As he fights, his picture book falls out of his pocket and opens up to the important page, which Shin sees, making his Edo fail, and he dissipates. Danzo goes to use some explosive kunai to take down their medic, Karin, which he panics at. Before he can though, Suigetsu catches her and leaps out of the way. They meet eyes and blush before Karin punches him for touching her. Haku would be using Ice Release to apprehend the other Edo Tensei nearby, allowing the Sealing Corps to rush in and seal them. Working together with Sai, the duo managed to apprehend and seal away Danzo, who remarks with his final words that Sai is a failure. Naturally, Sai ignores this. Together, the Commando Unit continue moving, arriving at the 5th Division to help them. Instead of an Edo Chiyo, since she never died, it'd be an Edo Jugo, which is definitely more dangerous. As Suigetsu and Karin do their best to apprehend him, Haku would be fighting off Kimimaru in a fairly even fight. Moving over to the 3rd Division, the leader would be Shisui, since he is trusted by Nagato. Itachi, Sasuke, and many Uchiha would be also with this division, making it much stronger overall. Instead of Zabuza being summoned there, it'd be Kisame, since Zabuza is a Jinchuriki and will be used elsewhere. Might Guy steps up to the fight off Kisame for the first time, with the duo having very similar battle as to what they had on Turtle Island, except the ending is different, leading to Kisame using summoning jutsu to summon the other swordsman. With Darui's 1st Division would be Tobirama, as well as Asuma and Jiraiya, alongside the typical people. People would be whispering to themselves about how the Second Hokage is there, which Tobirama would hear, telling everyone to focus on the war at hand, not one of the soldiers that he is. When the Zetsus and Edo Tensei rock up to the scene, Tobirama is a bit shocked, seeing Kinkaku and Ginkaku. He tells everyone that they're his, rushing over to the water, making the duo back off from the three to talk. They'd be gloating about how they killed him, asking him what's changed now, making Tobirama glare at them. Now the world is united to kick their ass. Meanwhile, Jiraiya would be destroying Zetsu before getting attacked by an Edo Tensei. He barely dodges a powerful punch and sees his old teammate Tsunade to his horror. Jiraiya asks Tsunade how it happened, and the deceased lady explains what Orochimaru did to her. She and Jiraiya begin exchanging blows, with the Toad Sanin managing to destroy Tsunade's arms with a Rasengan. He tells her that he'll get revenge for what Orochimaru did, which she thanks him for something shifts in the back of her head. Her eyes change appearance just slightly as she begins to speak, but the voice that comes out isn't hers. "Oh, Jiraiya, always so rash. To think you could get revenge on me. It's amusing, really." Orochimaru begins to speak through the vessel of his former teammate like a puppet, leaving Jiraiya stunned. Imagine how Jiraiya would feel at this moment. It'd be the equivalent to Sasuke killing and using Sakura in front of Naruto. Truly traumatic. Seeing the peril on Jiraiya's face makes a sinister grin go over Orochimaru's face, further angering Jiraiya. "Damn it, Orochimaru, you bastard! How dare you do this? She didn't have to die. She didn't want to be your puppet. She did what you wanted and you decided to slaughter her like a lamb. If you want to boast about your strength, then come and face me yourself, you coward." Naturally, this would attract Orochimaru. He tells Kabuto to watch Edo Tensei while he's gone, as he makes Tsunade use a summoning jutsu to summon the Seikisan into the battlefield. He orders Tsunade that he'll wrap it up here, she should go to the 4th Division, which the zombie would do without any audible answer. With his Sharingan flared, he looks at Jiraiya, telling him not to be upset. Since it's him, he'll be given a quick death, and then he and Tsunade can have all the fun they want in the afterlife. Jiraiya launches at Orochimaru to use Rasengan, as the duo engage in combat. Back with the Gold and Silver brothers, Tobirama would be holding back significantly while battling them, to come up with a strategy, all while listening as they mock and insult him. None of it phases him though, as he's too deep in thought to even register the sound entering his ears. While he comes up with a strategy, the duo pull out their 6-pass weapons, worrying Tobirama as he realizes he has to quickly remove them from their possession. He creates a shadow clone and plants a flying Raija marker on him, before rushing headlong at them. With such immense swiftness, he touches each tool, placing a mark on them, before using the flying Raijin to teleport their weapons out of their hands. Angered by Tobirama's interference, the duo go to attack the second Hokage. However, a light circus jutsu comes in, shredding them enough to allow Tobirama some distance. Darui leaps over to Tobirama, who would be impressed, telling Darui that he resembles the second Raikage. Wanting to assist in battle, Darui asks what the plan is, with Tobirama telling Darui to take the weapons away, as he fights off the duo. Darui would attempt to argue, but when Tobirama looks at him, pure, raw intimidation comes radiating off his body, making Darui agree, taking the weapons, quickly rushing away to avoid getting killed. That's what I feel like Tobirama would do anyway. Kinkaku rushes at Tobirama as his brother goes after Darui. However, Tobirama's prepared for this. Using Genjutsu, he casts infinite darkness on both of them, blinding them. They begin swinging in the air, rushing around frantically, trying to hit Tobirama, with him using sound cues and slight motions in the air to draw the brothers next to each other, making them begin attacking each other. To snap out of it, the duo both activate their version 2 cloaks, shattering the Genjutsu, leaving them standing demonically over Tobirama, who remembers their form all too well. They both rush at Tobirama and begin to thrash him around, with Tobirama doing his best to keep up. He knows how they act, so he can do his best to try and take advantage of it. Using water release, he begins to hold them down, trying to shred their body, but the duo have the cloaks up, making their bodies quite sturdy. Kinkaku leaps at Tobirama and manages to catch him using his tails. In a last-ditch effort, he tries to use the tendon paper bombs, creating multiple explosions that Kinkaku merely laughs at. He calls out to his brother to hurry up and finish him off, but both of them are in shock when they hear nothing. From behind them, Darui walks up, holding the gourd in his hands. Connecting the dots, Kinkaku goes into a blind rage, realizing that his brother has been sealed. Before he can even move to take Darui down, Tobirama creates a couple shadow clones to hold the pseudo Jinchuriki in place. Like the badass he is, Darui opens up the gourd and subsequently seals away Kinkaku. Obito would not to take the gourd due to him not possessing the Rinnegan to summon the Gedo Mazu to allow him the distraction he needs to take it. Kakuzu would be fighting against the Ino Shikachiro trio, with Asuma assisting since he never died. None of them would know how to handle him, and so they all begin testing out what his powers are. Shikamaru comes up with a strategy, needing Asuma to help him as a distraction, and have Choji play the key part, which goes flawlessly. Kakuzu is hit hard into a wall, where Ino uses our mind possession to stop him moving, while getting sealed. Back with Jiraiya and Orochimaru, the Toad Sage will be struggling against his silent opponent. He is much stronger, but so is Orochimaru with his Sharingan doing wonders. His fire release attacks are more potent, his reaction times are more adept, and Jiraiya can't even know where he is without risking Genjutsu entrapment. Fukasaku and Shima, having been on Jiraiya's shoulders the entire time, become Jiraiya's eyes and ears since they can better keep track of Orochimaru, which allowed Jiraiya to lay a hand Rasengan onto Orochimaru, flinging him backwards, causing him to shed his skin. Noticing how the Toads are Jiraiya's best bet at winning, Orochimaru realizes that he has to kill them. With his snake-like body, Orochimaru begins to swiftly move around Jiraiya's, which makes the Toads uneasy. They can barely keep up as his moves are such a swift speed, he appears like a blur. As he moves, he lets out a snarl of fire release, incinerating serpents. His arms bust out 2 flaming snakes, grabbing the Toads off Jiraiya's shoulders, causing them to quickly burn up, laying out a whelp of pain as their quickly fried bodies hit the ground. They're alive, but so damaged that they poof away back to Miyaboku. Now with Jiraiya even more disadvantaged, Orochimaru decides to gift his old teammate a present by stabbing him in the hip just enough to cause him pain. He doesn't want Jiraiya to die very quickly anymore. No, he wants it to be slow. Due to Orochimaru being more smart than Kabuto ever dreamed, the hiding spot he had chosen was much more thorough, so Anko and his squad took much longer to track down where he is. While waiting in one of Orochimaru's hideouts, he'd be looking over the Edo Tensei, making sure everything was going alright. As he watches, a scroll hits him on the head and rolls onto the ground, unraveling to reveal the mechanics of the Edo Tensei. To make sure he learns it, Black Setsu would appear, telling Kabuto that he has something he can use to test out the skill. When Anko and her crew find Kabuto, he chuckles at their out of luck. With a smug look over her face, Anko tells Kabuto that he didn't get Orochimaru, but they can still interrogate him. This makes Kabuto snicker and then laugh, telling them that they won't leave alive. He uses medical ninjutsu to disable one of Anko's men, and uses Edo Tensei to transform him into Madara Uchiha. He looks at his body confused as why he's been revived the way he has, which Kabuto tells him. When asking to see Madara test out his powers, he obliges, slaughtering every person in the room within a fraction of a second. Kabuto praises Madara, telling him he did quite a good job, which Madara thanks him for. He slowly walks towards Kabuto, asking if he knows what the risks of the Edo Tensei are. If the caster is killed, the Edo won't be released. It's truly an amazing jutsu. Thank God Tobirama had at least one good idea. To prove his point, Madara uses Rinnegan to steal his soul, grinning as Kabuto's body falls limp. And now, it's time to get my Rinnegan. But guys, that's all of him. You should like and subscribe and comment on let's give him episode 11. As you can see, things are really kicking off. Tobirama got his revenge. Asuma's still alive, Jiraiya's in the middle of a battle. How will the 4th Division play out, since Minato's alive there, but they also have Nagato and Kankuro, because Kankuro's such a key player. And so, yeah, bye!